Hi everyone, I'm Vicky. I'm from Team Lime. Myself, I'm a data analyst in renewable energy. My friend Pablo works with me. He's a software engineer. Martin's a PHP developer, and Carolus is in marketing. And together we form Team Lime. So today we're going to talk about information points in Glasgow for those that find themselves in a situation where their phone is without battery, they're without network, perhaps they don't have the data allowance or minutes left in their phone, they don't have roaming that is affordable if they're new to the city, and they need to basically find where they are, how to get where they're going. They need to make a call to meet the person that was meant to pick them up, but their phone's dead. They need to find the nearest taxi rank, or they need to find where their hotel is. So this has happened to a number of us in the team. 3 of the 4 of us aren't from Glasgow, and one of the things that we really love about Glasgow is how people make Glasgow. So basically we're talking about using people as information points and basically supporting those people by providing them with the resources to help people better. So these are the scenarios we imagine. So what we would like to do is come up with a network of 24-hour businesses who sign up of their own accord to provide information and help points. So we've plotted some of these 24-hour shops that we've gotten from one of the data sources that was available and just plotted it through Google Maps just to give an idea of the locations. So what we want to do basically is support these shopkeepers, local business owners, whether it's a 24-hour gym, a 24-hour shop, and support them with specific information about Glasgow and the local area, perhaps even using a simplified version of the People Make Glasgow application. And we'd also like to potentially also offer a short-term charging your phone function. So if you do have information that's specific to what you need right now in your phone, you have that option as well. I think our images are a bit big. So what we'd like to do is make these positions in the city identifiable with a symbol at the business, and also actually use the existing maps that are in Glasgow that are everywhere. I think there's about 6 of them on Buchanan Street alone, and basically place the same logo in those maps so that you can find your nearest information point. So what's the incentive for the business? This is great for the person that needs the information, but obviously there has to be a kickback to the business. So you're getting somebody in your door that you wouldn't otherwise get, and they're coming in for a good reason, even if it is 2 in the morning. You're going to be known as a trusted member of that local community. You're essentially going to be a hub of information that people can go to in times of need. Also, given that you're already on these Glasgow maps, you're getting extra marketing of where you are. Also, I know Glasgow City Council have quite a number of publications, whether it be the Celtic Connections brochure or the Film Festival brochure, that include maps of Glasgow. These could be included on those as well. And we've also noticed that there is a license that you have to pay for to have a 24-hour operating business. So potentially, depending on the council's budget, if there would be a possibility to allow some concession on that as well, that would be excellent. So the outcomes we would look to see is that basically you're finding a place that is open to you asking a question, which might seem very small, but when you're in a place you don't know, possibly at a time of night that you don't feel safe, you don't necessarily want to ask somebody on the street who's also out at 1 or 2 in the morning, and you know you can come here, it's identified by this logo, you know that you can ask a question no matter how silly the question is, even if you feel that you lost your phone or you lost your wallet and you feel like an idiot, this is a safe place to come and ask a question. And obviously the key point here is personal interaction with someone from the local area. So you might be trying to get somewhere completely unreasonable, or Google Maps might be trying to send you in a completely different direction, but you've got a local person who's going to help you. So you've made contact, you've made your journey safer, and you're going to go there with confidence, making you potentially less vulnerable to criminals, I guess. So the rollout we would expect, obviously it's going to have to be a staged process, have to look at the areas of where this would work best. The technology we would expect to be quite affordable. Tablets are not that expensive. It's more the personal interaction that we find would be the key to this. And just some of the data sources we'd look at. And then obviously deployment of the branding on the maps. And obviously one of the key things from this is feedback through that tablet to understand what people are actually asking about. Are there information gaps in our signage? Is there information gaps in the services that are provided in the streets? So I think that's us, so helping people up.
Thank you, Team Lime. Can we just have the lights up for a little while? Thank you. Okay. Who'd like to go first?
I think pretty much most of the people. Well, actually, Pablo's in the photos.
We did walk down to the 24-hour shop that's just up the corner, and in my personal experience, I've been actually stranded in different cities, needing to find either a friend or a way to call someone or a place to stay when it wasn't. I was supposed to be picked up but didn't. So I imagine the statistics of people that arrange beforehand their travel plans and everything is huge. Actually, Vicky did ask a hostel about what happens, how often is it that people walk into their place at 1 a.m, and the answer is very little people. However, it's just precisely because, well, I mean, it does happen. Your phone can die. You can find yourself without the right amount of change to make a phone call, or just these things happen, and the option is to find yourself wandering around the streets, trying to find a place to sleep, or asking, I mean, I don't know, it's happened to me 3 times already, so it's...
And we had some feedback even from some of the mentors that we spoke to who were from the police, but more so they were parents, and they have kids that are about to start going to Glasgow on a night out, and, you know, maybe they're from the suburbs, they're not used to the city, and, you know, where do they find the nearest subway? What time does the subway close? I mean, I've lived in Glasgow 3 years, I don't know the cost of a night bus, so local people are key information sources, and I would feel happy going into a 24-hour shop and ask questions, but I think what we're trying to do is sort of formalize something that's already informally done, if that makes sense.
Any more questions? Inga?
I think it's a really neat idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we liked it as well. Tablet, maybe like 100, 200 quid. I think Dell are supplying the Commonwealth Games with IT, so I was hoping we could get a discount. And
the application that was already done by People Make Glasgow, which offers you the service of all these things if you have a phone that works. But if you don't, we could actually add an extra layer, a simplified version of this app that is available in the tablet in the 24-hour shop. And through that, offer the service, help people help.
Did you speak to people in 24-hour shops?
Yes, we went to the shop and spoke to the guys that were working there.
And they would be happy to have people come and ask them questions?
Well, I think it happens to them already. And it's just a matter of being able to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can ask a person on the street, where's the nearest taxi rank? Sometimes they say, I don't know where, I'm not from around these parts, so they say, I don't know. But the 24-hour shop surely is a place that can actually be trusted, or become even more trusted, because, well, yeah, there is a 24-hour, there's a taxi rank around the street, or I can call you a cab if you want to. And the app would enable them to just press a button and call a cab, and the cab would know where to go. And there'd be an arrangement, as there is with People Make Glasgow, to just click on Glasgow City Cabs, call them.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Team Lime. Oh.
If you were successful, £20,000 prize money doesn't seem to me as though it's going to cost £20,000 to invest in this.
No, that makes sense. I think it would. Actually, I think it would.
Well,
I think the time involved, definitely. I mean, that's something we can't gauge. You know, what we want to do is identify those business owners. Sorry. We want to identify those business owners that were wanting to help, and obviously get them around a table and understand what training do they need, what time do they need, what information do they already have that people need information on. And I think technology-wise, it's cheap, but I think the time involved in that process would... Absolutely. So I think we're slightly different to other people, but we're kind of helping people help with technology as opposed to the technology doing everything.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think the costs are making people aware of the services, and yes, and as you say, the training and keeping it up to date.
Yeah.
So there are costs involved.
No,
yeah.
definitely.
it would work on the back of the People Make Glasgow campaign. So it would add to it, really.
Okay, happy? Great. Thank you very much, Team Lime.